Hello and welcome to another Spry Fireside Chat. I am Lacey from Spry and we've got a lot to get through today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. First of all, we've got some pretty big current events happening in the industry right now. Any of you heard of faceapp? Okay, faceapp is like the #1 downloaded app on iTunes right now and on the Google Play Store. Millions and millions of people are downloading this app, okay? And what they do is you take a picture, it uploads your face into their software system, and it shows you what you're supposed to look like when you're old, right? No offense to anybody who's already old. I'm not sure what it does to people who are already old. Maybe it makes you look even older, I don't know. But the reason that it's actually going viral right now is not because of the functionality or the way that it works or how entertaining it is. The reason that it's going viral right now is because of some of the privacy issues that are going on, okay? So inside the terms and agreements, when you download the app, there's a little section that, I wonder how many of you read? None, probably. In that section of the app, when you're downloading it in the terms and agreements, there is a little section that says basically that you sign away your name and face to be used by them at any time in the future, okay? So they have transferable rights of your face and your name, okay? So what does that really mean? Well, the reason people are freaking out about this is because they're going to be able to sell that information to advertisers. Oh no, our fire went off. That's too bad. It'll come back. They're going to be able to sell that information to advertisers. And if not to advertisers, to facial recognition software companies and that kind of thing. So imagine this, okay? Imagine it is 10 years from now, and there are all sorts of new advertising technologies available. Let's say you are walking through the mall or walking down the street, and facial technology recognizes who you are and knows your name, and sound comes out of the storefront saying, "Lacey, hello, we have one of these products that you often purchase from this other place. Come on in and see what we have." Okay? So what you're thinking of is advertisers would have the ability to know what your face looks like, know the name attached to it, and then call you out based on that information that they have. So some people are pretty concerned about that, others not so much. One thing to think about is all the other apps and the information that they have on you. If you haven't looked at your Facebook data profile yet, that would be a really good idea for you. You can actually access your Facebook data profile in your settings of your Facebook profile. And what I mean by your Facebook data profile, there is an entire huge chunk of information that Facebook has on you that they sell to advertisers who are trying to get content to you. They're trying to sell things to you, okay? So Facebook sells your information, your behavior patterns, your opinions, and you can actually view all of what they think about you, which is kind of interesting. You might go on and see that they have a political affiliation for you that may or may not be accurate, but it's based on the things that you interact with on Facebook. So if you're gonna get freaked out about faceapp, then you might as well freak out about everything else that you've given permission to also. So you can really go one of two ways. You can either stop using the internet, actually read all those terms of agreements before you sign into things, or you can just kind of accept it as a way of life. I think a lot of us millennials have just kind of accepted it as a way of life, and maybe we would benefit from a little bit more caution, but we'll see. So that's what's going on with faceapp, okay? So what I want to talk about more than anything today is a topic that's been really important to us here at Spry this week, and that is trolls, okay? So here's what a troll is, okay? A troll is an account or someone, often on Facebook, but can also be on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. And what a troll does is comes upon a piece of content and responds in the comments something that's extremely negative or argumentative. No substance. A lot of time it not only lacks substance, but lacks understanding of what it's actually commenting on. So the reason that we wanted to talk about trolls today is that we actually have had about 4 trolls throughout multiple channels that we manage in the last week. And honestly, it was driving me freaking nuts, okay? If you've ever had a troll on your content, it's so frustrating because you work so hard at putting together a good campaign, about putting together good messaging, and you see that you get a comment and it's so exciting because you're working so hard to have engaging content, and it turns out that that comment is not substantive, is not positive, but is just bafflingly negative, okay? That's a troll's comment. You come in and they are just trashing, they're crapping on your content. That's what a troll does, okay? And I was going so crazy about this, and the whole Spry team was going a little bit crazy about these trolls that we were experiencing. And I just told someone that I had these trolls on our content, and someone said, congratulations, okay? Because getting a troll on your content is almost like a badge of honor, okay? Because if you are creating content online, you're gonna get trolls. Like, it just will happen. Honestly, what it's saying is that you're creating something that's getting enough attention to be noticed by, unhappy people too, okay? So if you're going to be getting that much attention, eventually there's gonna be a troll on your comment, and you've got to figure out a way to properly handle it. Now, your first instinct when you see a troll's comment on your post might be to respond back and defend yourself against the troll, but that is like the worst thing that you can do because they love it. That's the whole point. That's the reason why they do it, is to get this engaging conversation with people, but completely focused on negativity instead of positivity. So because we were so frustrated with this, we decided this week to create a piece of content to help us and other people know how to properly deal with trolls when they enter your social media feeds, okay? When they enter your threads, your comments of your content. So I want to give you a few options of things that you're able to do to respond to these trolls. I've got so much pulp in here that it's not draining very well anymore, so I might have a kind of seedy lemonade. We'll see. So here are a few of the things that you can do when a troll comments on your post. One is you could choose to hide the comment, okay? So when you have the comment there's like a few dots next to it, and you can click those dots and open up more options. And one of the options that is there is to hide the comment, okay? You might choose to hide the comment if the comment does not have any questions, okay? So it's just a really hyper negative statement. It doesn't ask a question. And if responding to it wouldn't provide extra value to the other fans or followers of your page, okay? So you can hide that comment if they are not asking any questions and if responding will not provide any value to the rest of your followers. Okay, that's one option, hide the comment. Another option is to respond from your brand account, okay? So they comment on your post, you as the brand respond. Now, you would only choose to really respond to a troll for the reasons I talked about before, is if they're asking a question. If there's a question that they're asking, chances are maybe they're actually not a troll. Maybe they're just frustrated or confused. And maybe by providing some resources or some answers, you'll clear it up. And upon clearing it up, maybe they become a follower, right? So if you can add value to that person or to your other followers by responding, go ahead and respond. And if you're going to respond, you must be very clear on what your brand values are in order to decide how you will respond. There are some brands, a lot of people know that the Wendy's brand is extremely snarky. So they actually respond to trolls by doing snarky little comments back to them. If your brand is more professional, you might choose a very professional response. It all depends on your brand values. Okay. Another thing that you can actually do is to respond with your personal account. This isn't the best option. Sometimes I think it's maybe a way for us to defend ourselves or respond even if it doesn't hit our brand values, okay? So if your brand values don't include responding to that comment, but you still think there should be some sort of response, you can do it with your personal account instead. And what happens when you respond with your personal account sometimes is that people are a little bit more nervous to be negative with you, okay? Because humans respond to humans different than they respond to brands, okay? When you have a more personified figure that somebody is responding to, it's not just a brand, it's an actual human. Sometimes they treat it with a bit more humanity. So that's another option. And then one more option that we talk about at Spry is allowing your community to respond. So basically that means that you just don't do anything as the brand. This is a good option if you've got a pretty loyal community. Let's add a little sweetness to the bitter, shall we? If you've got a pretty loyal community who engages with your content on a regular basis, then the option of leaving the comment as it is and just trusting that your community is going to respond is sometimes a really good option. Your community is part of your community because they align with your brand values. And so the way that they're going to respond might even be better than the way that you would respond from your brand account. And the biggest thing to remember that is important with dealing with trolls is to think you're not alone. This happens to everybody. And honestly, just not to give it too much attention, because the more attention you put towards the negativity, the sourness, the bitterness, the less attention you're going to be able to spend creating something beautiful and wonderful, which is the reason that you have your business and your brand in the first place. Ooh, it's still a little bitter. Let's add a little bit more sugar, shall we? So what we really wanted to focus on today was just showing you that, okay, you can get trolls on your accounts. We do multiple times a week, and you can make something good out of it. For us, we decided to take this experience and create some resources that make it easier for us and hopefully for you to deal with trolls in the future too. And we'll put a link to that in the comment section here. So other than that, the only other thing I wanted to talk about today is just an update on Spry Summer Camp. So if you have seen things about Spry Summer Camp, here's a real quick recap on what it is. For the months of July, August, and September, we are running a special on our one-on-one consulting packages. So you, me, or you and Adrian, or you and Amber, or you and Rachel, 2 hours at a time, $200, one-on-one. What we're doing during that time is actually teaching, educating, consulting about your social media strategy, about your Facebook, your Instagram, your SEO, the user experience that your customers are having on the digital platform. We're discussing, we're training on those. If you do all 6 of the tracks that we have laid out for Spry Summer Camp, then you get a free photo shoot with Spry where we come up with a shot list and we take the photos for you. And after we do that, we hand them off to you so that you can use them for your own social media in the future. So again, 2-hour one-on-one consulting sessions that are $200 each, and that's a $50 discount from our normal pricing running from July, August to September. I think that's all. So Spry Summer Camp, I hope you all sign up and come because I want to hang out with you. If you have to deal with any trolls this week, make some freaking lemonade out of it. It's a little bitter. Add your sweetness and have a great time, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Happy Spry Summer Camp. Bye.